Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Awkward Convos with Beejus Podcast. What I want you to do right now is go and open up whatever music app you use to listen to music. Search for my name, Beejus, B-E-E-J-U-S, and then look for my brand new song, Slide, S-L-I-D-E. Go listen to it. You'll love it. I guarantee it. All that good shit. I'm trying to think of any dates. I don't have any dates yet because we haven't picked one for live at 7th West. Yeah, that's it. So all I need you to do is go listen to my brand new song and then go tell somebody about it. And then also, as you always know, go to the youtube.com/awkwardfreespirit and subscribe there. And I love you guys so much. You already know that. My guest today is Tariq Ikharo. He's a good friend of mine, damn near family, another Oakland native, and all around good dude. So without further ado, sit back and enjoy the show. Tomorrow, I'd move that shit over. I'm going to the oral surgeon tomorrow for them to do a consultation and see. But the thing is, it's hurting hella bad right now. And like I say, I'm about to go leave the country in a couple of weeks. So I'm like, y'all niggas got to get this shit out now. I'm trying.
You can't go out of the country without getting your shit taken care of.
Bruh, but the thing is, no, we on. It's all good. Don't worry. The thing is, I'm at a crossroads right now because I've gone through this with the left side of my mouth. Right, I still got the wisdom tooth. It's like halfway grown in, which is it's doing on both right side and left side of my mouth. The left side used to hurt like this about a year ago, but I never got it checked out.
Never took care of it. That's a lot of our problems is we don't nip shit in the bud when we supposed to.
Right, but the thing is, the pain stopped on the left side. It's on the right side now, right? Okay. So I'm thinking my whole fear. I have no fear of the dentist, but my whole fear is that I'm gonna get it pulled out. And then something else go wrong, like the recovery time take longer than it need to. So if I'd rather the pain to go away, and then I can deal with it, getting them out when I get back, than me go and deal with it, get it pulled out, and then something else, I get an infection or something else, fuck it up even worse. You feel me?
I think honestly, my opinion would be to get it pulled out before you go.
No, that's what I'm going to do.
Because I don't think that the pain is going to last that long, especially with the antibiotics they're going to have to use. Even if it hurt on the plane, that's going to be horrible if it happens like that. But by the time you get there, I'm sure that shit will be cool.
Right. They actually got good dentists and shit in Thailand.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And it's very cheap.
Yeah, it's very, very cheap.
I know.
So, yeah. I got insurance, so it'll be cheap for me regardless, but I'm thinking maybe I just wait until but that would be the worst. If I had to get my tooth extracted while in the Thailand.
That'd go crazy. They charge like dub, you feel me? What if they charge you dub? And they was winning. We both winning, you feel me? We both winning for the dub.
For the dub. That would be crazy. Like, you need to get your whole teeth, like, all that shit replaced. It's $100. Like, are you serious?
100?
100? That's why them girls be going to DR and shit and get their asses because it's cheaper out there.
Couple bands, you feel me? It makes sense.
$1,500 and get a whole new body.
I had a little root canal or whatever, and my next door neighbor, she's from Mexico, and she was the one telling me to go back there
and get it done there.
Yeah, she had some dentists there that can really get my shit right. I never did it, but you know.
Yeah, I know somebody that was in France. And I think they had to get a root canal. They had to get some type of like emergency tooth thing, like a little surgery or whatever. And they got it, and it was fairly easy. Yeah. It wasn't hella cheap, but he wasn't returning it back to France anyway. So the nigga just said, "Fuck it."
Yeah, might as well handle it now.
Get it out, and just they ran on the bill and shit. But he said it wasn't like hella expensive like it would be out here, you know. Yeah. And he was able to do it without insurance because I think they got like some type of universal health care or something out there.
They said ran on the bill. Right. Got up out of there. I'll be back.
I'm leaving tomorrow, right?
Yeah. I'll be back. They're like, are you coming back? Yes, I'll be back the next tomorrow. Right. Not tomorrow, but the next tomorrow. Nigga be gone forever. Gotta stay away from out of France. You feel me?
Nigga can't go. He got warrants. He got dental warrants in France.
Come on, bro. Crazy.
Oh, nigga, that should be hilarious. Yeah, I can't go back to France. Why not, man? I ran out on the bill on this
dental, bro. But I needed my shit hit. You feel me? So it all worked out, you know.
all the shit you could get a warrant for.
You feel me?
My nigga got warranted in France.
In France, though.
He a real boy.
Like, he really from the streets. Like, he got to stay away. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
I know them niggas in France don't play, though. Well, maybe I'm thinking in London. Like them grime niggas, you know what I'm saying?
They out there. You better ask Skepta. Skepta, boy. He out there. He grew up in a little gang out there in London. Mm-hmm. Now he doing big shit. So, shout out to Skepta.
Tell the people who you are, what you do, what you represent, all that cliche shit.
All that cliche shit. You know, that's the first thing I hate. I hate meeting people when they ask me what I do.
What do you do?
That's like the worst thing.
That's like such a Hollywood.
Yeah, it's like, damn, they want you to get straight to the point so they can judge you from that.
Right, right.
But I'm deeper than that. I'm more thorough than that. I know a lot of people, they want to know you through affiliation, but I'm not that kind of person. You got to actually sit down and talk to me to know me.
Exactly.
But my name is Tariq Ikharo. Born and raised in Oakland.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yay. You know, yay area. You know what I'm saying? All of that good stuff. But first generation, you know, parents are from Nigeria.
Right.
So I grew up with a different upbringing than a lot of people. I had to acculturate to the American environment, kind of.
Right.
So my parents, as I was evolving, my parents were evolving as well. Because it's their first time here. Yeah.
Well, how old were they? You were born here, right? So how old were they when they moved? Did they meet out here or they met back?
They met back home. Okay. Their villages are basically, you know, very close to each other. Mm-hmm. So, to be honest with you, I couldn't even tell you where they met. It could have been at a market, you know, it could have been anywhere, you know, but their villages are not too far from each other. Mm-hmm. And, my dad saw her and just hopped on her. He saw the beauty early, you know, through the struggle. He saw the beauty through the struggle.
It's all good. It's just water.
He saw the beauty through the struggle.
Keep talking.
And that's what I love about that. 'Cause it's like, he didn't judge her off of having a Gucci purse or having a Payless purse. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may have been. He just saw the beauty despite, you know, all of the struggle that they went through back home. So, you know, my dad, his goal was just, you know, school. And he knew the way that he could maximize school and to become successful was to come to America.
Right.
Yeah. So
that was why they were together. Then they came to America so that your dad could go to school, could go to college.
So my dad actually, let me retract. My dad actually, he came to America when he was about 20 years old, and he went to a school in Ohio. That was his first stop.
Okay.
He went to Wilberforce University.
Mm-hmm. Wilberforce.
Wilberforce, yeah, okay. Yeah. Went out there. That's where a lot of Nigerians who first came into the States back then, you'll see plenty of them, like a surplus of Nigerians in Ohio.
Okay.
You know, that was like their main stop. So he went to Wilberforce University. My mom, she met him out there, and that's when they had my big bro. Yeah. So he was born in Ohio. I have 4 siblings. We're all born in the Bay Area, but my oldest brother, he was born in Ohio. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's tight, man. Have you been back to Nigeria?
Yeah, I went to Nigeria in 2017.
Okay. What was that like?
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was very humbling. I mean, it was my first time.
I do remember seeing those pictures now that you say, yeah.
Yeah, it was humbling. It was a different experience just to see how hard people worked and how happy they were while working hard. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It was crazy. You see people outside, washing their clothes and washing them outside, but with a smile on their face, you know? So it makes you think of like how blessed we have it out here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people who a lot of people from America that go to Nigeria, they think that it's crazy. And I think it's because of the people's approach. Everyone there is so hungry that their approach is like very aggressive, but they don't mean no harm.
Right.
I think Black China she just went to Nigeria and she was tripping.
For real?
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
Yeah, she was tripping. I'm like, Black China, you cannot be tripping in Nigeria because ain't nobody tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They just
tripping. How?
She was just like mad that people were approaching her, like kind of like on some get away from me stuff. And
right.
Nigeria, you know, people are gonna confront you. They're gonna approach you. That's just Nigeria. They want money. They want things. You know, there's no. You either got it or you don't got it. So think about that. You know what I'm saying? Think about how many people got it versus the people that don't got it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's a lot of begging. But they willing to work though. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a beautiful place. You know?
And so you went first time as an adult. So did you know, growing up hearing about it from your family, peers and friends and stuff, how did it compare to your imagination of what your home country or your ancestors, you know what I'm saying, whatever of Nigeria, how did your imaginations match up with or expectations match up with the reality of it?
Matched up just like I thought, because I was actually living that life every day here, you know, in Oakland.
You saw like a mirror of life just in a different country.
Exactly. So my parents, growing up, my parents threw like parties and stuff.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my mom and my dad threw parties. So, you know, a lot of the kids would come over, a lot of Nigerian kids, and, you know, just big house parties. So I would be in parties at, I'll say like 7 or 8 years old. I'll be in parties with grown adults.
Right.
And, you know, we call it spraying. You know, like when you go to the strip club out here, you know, they spray girls with wands and stuff like that.
Make it rain. Or
make it rain. Yeah. Fat Joe. But, yeah, for us, it's a little different. Like we just dance. We dance. And then if you're dancing very good, they'll start spraying you with money.
Okay.
So they'll start putting it on your face. You'll be sweating. There'll be dollar bills on your forehead. And it's like, you don't really touch it. You just kind of keep dancing. You know?
You just let it sit there. Okay.
Yeah. You just in the moment with it.
Right.
Sometimes you got little kids at parties. They try to come pick up. I was one of those kids. I'll grab somebody else's dollar.
But you would get dollars too because you dancing.
Yeah, I'll dance too.
Right, of course.
But somebody like, I don't know if you know of course you know Dage, you know, well known out here in the Bay Area. He was like one of those dancers, you know what I'm saying, early on. So he always got sprayed, you know. He always got the money.
That's why that nigga could dance.
That's why he could dance now. He started young. So I want y'all to know this shit don't happen overnight, man. Like a lot of the stuff you see out here in the Bay Area, you know, it been started. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing though.
That's tight. But so you said your expectations did match up with reality.
It definitely matched up.
Did you meet family out there? Or?
Yeah, I met family that knew me that I never knew. You know what I'm saying? So it was, you know, it was a very humbling experience. Everyone was happy to see me. I was happy to, you know, meet family that I've never met before.
What was that like?
They treated me like royalty. It was like they treated me how I want to be treated everywhere I go. You know what I'm saying? The people out there, they're very, I don't know, they're reserved. Like they're aggressive people, but they don't trip off of much. You get what I'm saying? Like you could talk some shit to them and they don't care. Words don't really hurt them. You know what I'm saying? Like out here, you say something to somebody, they want to do something, you know?
Okay.
Like words don't really hurt them. You could say whatever you want, you know, but if you touch them, that's a whole nother thing.
Right.
So,
and then what was it like being in a place that was like predominantly and like all people that looked like you?
It's beautiful. Beautiful feeling because you actually feel like you're a part of it. Like you feel like you have control over a lot of the stuff that goes on. Even with the politics, you feel closer to the government in Nigeria than you do here.
Of course.
I could find a way to meet the president in Nigeria. I have access to that, but I can't meet President Obama, you know?
Right.
So, yeah, I tried to. He was out here like in February. Yeah, he has his own organization out here. MBK. Black Men Rising or something like that. But he started his organization right here in Oakland in 2014.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's dope, pretty dope. Shout out to President Obama.
Yeah.
He's trying to mend the gap between like African American males that are not getting the opportunity to, you know, be somebody out here. He's trying to mend that gap. So
really, I hadn't looked into the program, but I did see when he had that conference out here. It was like over the weekend or something like that.
Yes, sir.
It was him and Steph Curry.
Yes, sir.
So what's Flavours? Tell the people about Flavours.
Flavours is a brand I started about 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. And Flavours initially was like, how can I bring everyone together? You know, my thing has always been bringing everyone together. It's been very stressful. Sometimes I feel like I'm gonna have a brain aneurysm, you know, like a vessel in my brain is gonna pop because I'm really trying to push the envelope. So a lot comes with it. I get discouraged by trying to do it.
What kind of things discourage you about running your organization or
it's opinion. It's basically opinion. You know, they say opinions are like assholes. Everybody has them.
Right.
So you should be able to deal with opinions, but it's still a tough thing when you're trying to make a change because it's just like you kind of get discouraged. Like if I say I want to play Afrobeat, trap music, reggae, neo soul at a party, it's going to be tough to really get all those different genres of people to come through because it's like they may just want to hear reggae.
Right.
They may just
want to hear anything else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's tough. So that's what Flavours is, trying to bring all different walks of life together because I know if there's one way we can relate to something, it's through music.
Most definitely.
It's through music. If it's nothing else, if it's not sports, if it's not school or anything like that, you know, music.
Right.
Definitely.
A good time. Anybody gets along when you hella drunk and the best music's playing.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
That
Except for bootsy ass, like bitch ass niggas that's shooting up shit when you trying to holler at girls and shit. But you know, most times when everybody's feeling good, the great music's playing, and it's usually no problems.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I mean? You're
definitely right about that. The music, it could do us good and it could do us bad. Yep,
man.
you right about that.
So man. What was it like growing up for you in Oakland?
Growing up in Oakland for me was very challenging. Mm-hmm. A lot of people may not know that because of how good I make it look.
Right.
But it was very challenging dealing with the outside world and, which is, society, dealing with the American culture. It was very tough. And then going back home and having to deal with my parents. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, are you changing? What is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of stuff like that. Like they wouldn't say, are you changing? But they could just see.
They can see once you become like same thing. Once you start kind of sticking your chest out around the house and getting in trouble for shit and saying different things and, just, putting out a different behavior.
Out of the ordinary, right? Yes.
Yeah. Yes. But it usually comes in that time when it's like puberty hits and you get to experience your friends like that aren't anything like the people that are in your house and like immediate family and peer circle. And you know what I'm saying? You start experiencing things, you start talking a little bit different, you start acting a little bit different. You might want to stay out an hour later than usual. So, you know what I'm saying?
So that they wouldn't allege, they didn't really want you to acculturate. Now, the Nigerian parents today are a little different, but back then, they wouldn't really they didn't want you to really change like that. They
didn't want you to act black.
They didn't want you
to
act black.
Act African, right? Is that a correct way to say it?
No, you're right. You're right. They didn't want me to act black. They wanted me to be an African, an African boy. You go to school, go to skukuru. That's what they'll say. They want you to do that. They don't care about nothing else. If you tell them you playing sports, they didn't really care. I'm just,
Right.
Some people would say it was different in their household, but for the majority of the Nigerians, I know it was kind of similar things that we went through. You know what I'm saying? So
the only reason I'm laughing because I just seen the videos on like Twitter and stuff when they say like what it's like to like when you get a F in your dad's Nigerian.
Yeah, shout out to I Am Dulo. Dulo. He's really a comedian on Instagram that everyone should follow if they want to get the gist of being raised in a Nigerian household.
He really says it.
Yeah, he can do it well.
I've probably seen him. I can't think. I can't think from the name. Yeah. His face isn't popping up, but that should be funny, man. Life is good though, bro. Life is treating you good. Well,
life is good. Life is challenging. Mentally,
as it should be.
As it should be. Nothing is easy.
Right.
We got to work hard. Yeah, man, it's just crazy because just growing up, everything is good, but like I said, it's very challenging. Mm-hmm. Very challenging.
In what ways do you think? What's challenging you right now?
Challenging me right now is just you you know, they say you can always be more patient, right?
Okay.
You'd be like, I was patient. I waited. They say you can always be more patient, though. There's never a limit on patience.
Right. It's like, nigga, I've been working so hard for so long. Where's the breakthrough? I've been hearing there's supposed to be some sort of breakthrough. Where is it at?
And then niggas like work hard for life. That's what you're here for, to work hard for life.
And that don't make sense.
Yeah, because, you know, that's just the way society is. It's like you don't get no breaks. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much been the challenging thing, like working hard and not selling myself short. You know what I'm saying? Not selling myself short, giving it all I got. And even when I think I'm tired, still going more. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always somebody out there that's, you know, trying to push harder than you. So you got to think about other people's situations, you know. Right. I got a friend in a wheelchair. That's the saddest story of my life. You know what I'm saying? I won't go too much into detail about it, but, you know, I never thought that his life would be like that. You know what I'm saying? And now he's doing big things. You know what I'm saying? Big things. And he's in a wheelchair. So what's my excuse? You know what I'm saying? I don't got one. So that's a living example right there. And he's my friend.
Right.
So
that's some motivation for you to
definitely
to not slack off.
Definitely.
Yeah. If you had one wish, what would it be? And it could be anything. Or it's like a magical wish. You feel me?
It'll be for the black community to come together and to seriously.
No, I know you're serious. I'm sorry.
This nigga laughing because it sounds cliche, right?
No. Go ahead. My bad. Yeah. I swear to God, I ain't judging your answer. No second guess your answer.
Beejus, why you getting at me, man? Let me answer this, man. You on my head like an angry coach. But nah, it's just the black community. Like I love the black community. I know that we have a lot of insecurities. I know that we have a lot of like setbacks. You know, we all come from different walks of life, but we all come from the same walk of life, you know, because we go through the same things regardless, you know, just as a black race. So I would want us to come together, and I would want us like to, you know, just free our minds a little bit and not judge so much. And
really like have a actual community.
Yeah, have a community where we sit down and we talk about things and we come up with solutions. And if someone is judging, there should be someone to be like, hey, like, let's not judge so much. Let's think about ways to help them. You know what I'm saying? And so I just feel like that's kind of what I want to see, like more of us coming together and walking down the street and saying what's up. Because a lot of times we're missing out on a lot of opportunities because we've been through so much that
it's so much like PTSD surrounding our psyches in so many ways that like just the act of walking down the street and saying what's up is kind of like you don't really be reluctant, but it's kind of like my guard be up sometimes. You know what I mean? And I know other people are like that as well, where they won't speak to each other because it's just you never know if nigga. What you mean? What's up, nigga? Like we come from days where it would be like that. Like
Definitely.
you can look at somebody like, oh, what's up, bro? Like what the fuck you mean, nigga? Like damn, nigga, I'm just saying hi.
I ain't even speaking to niggas no more. You feel me? Like, bro, I'm keeping it. You feel me? I don't even look at niggas no more.
Right,
you feel
exactly.
me?
So it stems from days of like of shit like that. Yeah.
So when I say challenges, everything is a challenge. That's a challenge because I could go through that and a nigga don't speak and then shit. Guess what? Now I'm like, I'm just not speaking to this nigga. And then I battle with that like, nah, that's not right.
Right.
Because that's not the way it should go. We should be able to persevere and get through this and keep it lit.
And
so
your whole mental fucked up because you won't win it.
Yeah.
Rabbit hole of negative thoughts.
Yeah.
Your whole day was you trying to be nice and say and greet somebody, and then it takes you down a whole rabbit hole.
Definitely.
You not saying hi to the next motherfucker.
Yeah. And then you could have missed out on an opportunity where we could have helped each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so that's what it's about, I think, you know, just not missing out on opportunities, you know, giving people chances, you know, sticking with it. You know what I'm saying? If you care, you can't do it with everybody, but you know, your people that you got in your circle, you should really, you know, that should be a goal, like to try to make it work out and, you know what I'm saying? Get shit rolling with one another. Cause all we got is each other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's just kind of how I look at that situation.
All right, here go another random question for you. First thing that comes to mind, what is one of your best memories from life?
Best memories from life. One of them was probably going to Nigeria.
Okay.
Going to Nigeria and playing college football against 80,000 people. My first college game ever.
Right in front of 80,000 people.
80,000 fans.
What college?
I went to the University of Idaho.
Okay.
And I played for a coach named Dennis Erickson. I don't know if you heard of him, but he used to coach the San Francisco 49ers. So, you know, pretty high profile coach. We were one of the weakest Division I teams, you know, in the country, but it's all good. It was
right,
D1.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm
still in
saying?
that thing.
Yeah, so playing against
somebody got to lose.
Somebody
right?
got, you feel me? And it's us, but we're going to try to turn it around. I went to Idaho, so we'd go to games. They'd be like, Idaho, you the hoe. Idaho, you the hoe. And I'd be looking like, I ain't no hoe. Are you like?
Wait, so who would say you the hoe? The other
team, like fans, like when you pull up, get off the bus, it'd be like a line of fans. They talking shit. They like, you suck. You know what I'm saying? Like, Idaho,
you 18 at the time, like fresh out of high school?
No, I can say I was like 20 because I went to Laney.
Okay, all right, okay, I got you.
I played at Laney first, and I went to Idaho. I played for Erickson, and that 80,000, that was probably big because it's a different adrenaline. Like, adrenaline, when you're playing against a lot of people, it can affect the game in a positive way or a negative.
Bad, right? You can freeze up. Niggas like, oh shit, it's hella people.
Yeah, it's hella people.
80,000.
Even when you run and you hear when you get the vibrations from the 80,000, it's different. So you got to silence out that crowd. You got to really meditate.
Right.
Go to yoga, nigga. You feel me? All that shit.
I could see that's something I've never experienced, so I can't even like fathom what that would be like. And that's something that I will never experience. I'll probably perform in front of 8,000 people, but I mean like how you explain, nigga, you running and you hear that's something I'll never fucking experience. I ain't gonna play no professional football or nothing,
right,
you know what I mean? So that is an experience that I'll never get. So just hearing you say that, just to be like able to explain that is dope.
Yeah, you could freeze up. It's kind of like an artist getting on stage and he's seeing so many people. He like,
fuck.
Sheesh.
I've frozen up before.
You froze up, huh?
And not in the sense of like I wasn't able to perform, but frozen up in the sense of like all I'm doing is this rapping and I'm not performing. You feel me? I've been like, to me, freezing up is like being super uncomfortable to the point where I'm completely in my shell.
Got you.
You feel me? And that's happened many times where it's like I'm not even in between songs. I'm not, parlaying with the crowd and like bringing them in and, being the master of.
What do you think stems that? What do you think? Why do you think you go into that?
Oh, no. I'm just saying that it doesn't happen all the time.
Okay.
It's
happened.
It's happened.
Okay.
Everybody's had an off night.
For sure.
Yeah. Like, if you performing, whether you're being a comedian or whatever, like everybody's had a night where they just fucking basically bomb.
Yeah.
And I've done that before.
Yeah, as you should.
Exactly. And that's like having those off nights are the most integral because that keeps, nigga, I'm so embarrassed of those nights that nobody even remembers. You feel me? That every time I like rehearse to perform, I'm like, oh, there's no way I'm ever putting a show on like that again. Ever. You feel me? So the next time, nigga, I'm coming 1,000 times harder.
So nobody
because
remembers.
I'm overcompensating.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But nobody remembers those bad shows.
But you in your own head.
But I remember that shit. I remember how nobody clapped because nobody put their hands up because I wasn't resonating the energy that they needed to do it anyway. You feel me?
Yeah.
So those nights is the most. You know what? One of the things I'm about to start working on, bro.
What? Tell me.
Doing stand-up comedy. This has been a long time.
That's
goal
a boy
that I've never talked about because I didn't want it to be one of those things where it's like, publicly, like, oh, I want to do this, and
I'm a comedian.
Never happens.
Yeah, got you.
But I have this. So this has been an idea that I've had way before the podcast, way before I even started listening to podcasts, and way before I even was like studying comedians, right? It's one of those goals. It's like kind of like even having a professional fight has been one of those like underlying goals. Like before I die, I want to just be able to get.
That's what I want to do. Have it on my resume.
Just to say I did it. You feel me? But over the years, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, and most of the podcasts that I listen to have been comedians, right? So being able to like learn the game from just a couple of motherfuckers that I listen to not really learning the game like per se, but just hearing their insight and just seeing into the psyche of how comedians work. I feel like my work ethic complements the work ethic of a comedian, and I think I could benefit greatly with like over analyzing things to the sense like I have to take things that happen to my life and things that I see in life and translate that into funny. You feel me? So I have to first filter it through my brain, through my experiences, through my eyes, filter it down onto a piece of paper, right? That makes sense. So that's a brain workout in itself.
A brain twister.
You feel me? In itself. So I got to make sure I got to take the vibrations that I get and then filter that in through my brain, through my body onto a piece of paper. Then I have to filter that again physically to make somebody else laugh.
Now that's a boy.
And that's a whole nother thing,
you know? Whew.
And so like that's where I've been like, I've been working on a lot of shit, but I've been like training my brain into, but I haven't gotten onto stage yet. I've just been in that stage of writing. But I know that the worst thing is to only stick to the writing. Like the 101 about being a comedian, you have to get on stage.
Definitely.
And fucking do it, you know?
So when do you think that, you know, when do you see that happening, man? Can't put a time on it?
That's my goal for this year.
This year.
Do
okay.
A set during a open mic. I'm already in, so the thing is I've never sat and written a joke, like sat down and written it out and then like went and performed it. But I have come up with like little, what they call bits that I would do in between sets, not in between, but you know, in between songs.
Gotcha.
And shit. And it would have the same beat as a comedian's joke, but it wasn't like a full thing that I've like written out. So I've already done it in a sense. I've hosted comedy shows. You feel me? So I've already been in the realm of like,
so you're ready.
Like that.
You ready?
Yeah, been ready. But I want to like actually have like a 3-minute set or a 5-minute set, you know, like little, open mic sets be real short, but like I want to say like I have 3 minutes of material. I have 5 minutes of material. I have 30 minutes of material. You feel me? And get that shit done.
So do it in increments like that, you know, just build. You know, that's another thing. You got to take those baby steps.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't come out like I got a full hour, nigga. I ain't never been on the stage. That's the worst.
You can't take those Shaquille O'Neal steps. Those size 23s.
Not at all.
You gotta take them Muggsy Bogues.
Muggsy Bogues was out
I know.
I think he was dunking too, right?
Yeah, he was dunking. Muggsy, Spud. Shout out to them, man.
Yeah, they was out there balling.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, that was a good period. I never really watched sports and shit, but you know, I was a big fan of Michael Jordan as a kid, and I would watch, you know,
shit
surrounded
Jordan
stuff. Of course, it's all
don't
Jordan.
even know the first name. Just you feel me? Jordan, you know, all of that tongue.
Right. I'm trying to think that there was one finals that I watched. Like it was the first time in my life that I had ever sat down by myself and turned on basketball, or a sport by myself. You feel me? My dad was a humongous sports fan.
Okay.
So he would always sit me and my brother down when he's watching like the Giants or football or basketball. Never, I mean, he would fuck with it, but football was his shit. So he would always like sit us down because we'd be at his house. It was one TV. Nigga, we watching sports because that's what I do.
That's what we watching. Yeah, you better get acquainted.
Right. So I'd be forced to watch it. And so I understood it. But I would be like, I never wanted to watch it because, like, nigga, I got Super Nintendo. Like, I was a gamer. I wanted to play games and shit. But I do remember there was one. I do not.
Super Nintendo.
I was a gamer. That's all I wanted to do. You feel me?
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart, exactly. But there was one. I was over at my grandma's house, and I remember watching every game. It was when Jordan, I forgot, I do not remember who they was playing though. It might have been when they was playing the Jazz.
Could have been Utah Jazz. If it was Utah Jazz, it was 96 or 97.
And that makes that
probably 97. I think 96 they played Seattle Supersonics.
Yeah, they for sure.
Gary
I think
Payton.
it was the Jazz.
So if it was the Jazz, it was probably 97.
Damn, Seattle
98.
Supersonics. Did they move and turn into another team?
Yeah. They turned into the Thunder.
Yeah.
Okay. So Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook and Harden, They all got drafted to the Seattle Supersonics.
Oh, and then they moved
to an expansion team.
To Thunder.
Yeah.
And they're in Oklahoma City.
They're in Oklahoma. Yeah, OKC. Never been there before.
Me either. Man, that just reminds me of the finals when, not the finals, but the semifinals when they played the Warriors the year before.
Durant left.
Yeah. And one of the best memories that I have, I can answer the question that I asked you, is surrounding that last, it wasn't even the last game, it was the second to last game. They was down in the series, and then they came back to win. And that was when Fields, I think it was Fields 4, or maybe Fields 3. It was the one with Lil B performed.
Okay. I think I was at that.
Right. And so it was the last one that was in West Oakland.
Yeah, I was there.
And they had the game plan, right? And so there was a point in time towards the last like second half of the game, maybe like the last third to fourth, everybody stopped partying and went to go watch the game because the Warriors was coming back.
Tuned in.
And it was at the very back of that, like because you know how they had like a couple of stages and a little beat performed outside, Duckworth performed outside, but they had where Dage and all them performed was in the big part. So it was in the back of that, right? The very, very back, nigga. It was in the corner. They had a fucking TV set up and nigga, half the party was back there just watching. It was one of the best times, nigga, of my life, because everybody there as a community, nigga, everybody thinking the Warriors is gonna lose this game because they was already down by hella much. They started coming back, nigga, and the party, like, that game would have made or broke that party. Because if they would have lost, everybody would have kept it lit.
Yeah.
But, nigga, when they won, nigga, that party went to 10, bro. Oh, my God, bro. And at the time, Lil B's performing.
Yeah.
So as nigga, they win. You feel me? Warriors win. Lil B is performing. Yeah. He comes out to fuck Kevin Durant. Huh. You feel me? So it was a magical night.
Yeah, magical.
A magical
Sounds
night.
Amazing.
Nigga. It was great, bro.
Man, left a little too early that night. You did.
Yeah, that night was lit.
Yeah.
It Phil's always got some good shit.
Yeah,
though,
I like
bro.
that.
It's always
man.
a great
shout
party.
out to Wine and Bow Ties.
Yeah, shout out to Wine and Bow Ties for sure.
My boy.
Mm-hmm. Man, we be having, when everything like aligns out here, it's such a beautiful thing.
Definitely.
You feel me? Like when everybody in the Bay or like in like this immediate Bay shit, when everybody has like one party to go to and it's not a stagnated weekend, not a stagnated night where like there's hella big parties going on, when there's one big party that everybody's gonna go to, it's a beautiful fucking
It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. I wanna see more of that though.
Right, for
like
real.
To where we already know like this is the layout of what people got going on. I mean, people gonna do parties whenever they do parties.
Right, exactly.
So you can't never really, you know what I'm saying? You can't never try to hinder someone else for trying to do whatever they want to do. Some people move impulsively, some people are more planned out.
Right.
So it all, predicates on the person that you are. Mm-hmm. So, but I definitely hear what you're talking about. Like
when it's like the one bonafide party. And
like shout out to Oakland when they used to be over there
in the West
on 7th Street right there. You know what I'm saying? That that was big. Everybody came together.
And it was always a good.
Yeah, it wasn't just an Oakland party. Right. It was everybody. Right, Berkeley, Richmond, everybody, San Francisco, all of that.
And so the fucked up thing is now like we still have these parties where it's everybody knows to go, like it's a So Oakland or a Fields or whatever, right? But we're now starting to see the corporations come in and we start getting these other festivals. And, but I think that there's still room for both. As long as Fields still gets to do what it does, as long as So Oakland gets to do what it does, as long as all these other flavors, you feel me, Hiro Day, as long as these grassrooted parties still can come up and still provide these magical nights for people, then I'm okay with what was it? Was it Blurry Vision? I'm okay with the Blurry Vision popping up. I'm okay with a Rolling Loud coming out here. You know what I'm saying? I have fun at Rolling Loud. I had a lot of fun at Rolling Loud. Blurry Vision.
I'm gonna tell you though, my thing.
What was the one that we went to and Nas tour bus driver almost hit us? You remember that shit? It was
we in the city. We was
wearing Bloody Bitch at Middle Harbor Side Park. It was another music festival because
it was clean. It just got too cold. It was real cold.
Yeah, we learned a lesson that year. I forgot. It was another music.
I remember it though.
You don't remember us almost getting hit like a nigga? The bus was driving. It came hella close. They like hit the brakes, and we both looked up.
Were we dipping out at the time?
No, we was there standing with Tim House, Los Rocos was right there. I
remember that. We took a picture right there. Exactly. Yeah, okay.
So remember the bus almost hit us.
Yeah,
and me and you was the only person that noticed this. So we look up. And nigga, Nas is right there.
Yeah,
and you like, nigga, that's Nas.
Yeah,
like, it is.
Yeah,
them niggas almost hit us. Bro.
Should be crazy. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was
good times.
That was me and you. We went on one that day. I don't remember. I think it was me, you, and Dage came together. And then I think Dage ended up spinning off, but me and you was kind of solo dolo.
Kind of fucking with it.
Yeah, because I remember, I forgot who else performed that night, but I know Nas performed. Because I was mad he never performed. He didn't perform Uchi Wally. I mean, I was like, nigga, Uchi Wally.
Yeah, he should have did that one. Shit. Yeah, it was too.
Who else performed though?
That night was it was a lot of performances. I can't really pinpoint them right now, but
that was a good night.
Yeah, magical night. Damn, that was some years ago. You remember that? I got the picture in my head that we took.
Yeah,
Los Rocos.
Yeah, I forgot. I think Dage was in the picture too.
Tim Easy.
Yeah, with some other people. That was a good day though.
Yeah, a lot of good times out here, man. I remember, what was it? It was a couple of weeks or like a month ago. We were partying. I just ran into you randomly
at 310
at 310 Gallery. We go into the parking lot across the street and we start turf dancing. You remember that? We start turf dancing in the parking lot.
That's the exact reason why I asked you to be in the little shindig.
Yeah, we turf dancing.
I need that energy. We brought that. It was me, you, Zeus, and Phil Woods.
Man, that was like one of the funniest nights ever. Then we went to
Liege. We was at Liege.
We went to Liege, and then we went to the other spot over there on Telegraph, Somar. Remember we went to Somar?
We went to.
Yeah.
You sure we made it to Somar?
Yeah, we made it to Somar, and that's when we cut out from there. You feel me? Went to Somar. We had some shots.
Okay. Oh, we did.
Yeah,
we ended up going to Somar first, I think. We went to Somar, so we left from 310, went to Somar.
Okay.
Then we went back, and that's when we was dancing.
And then we went to Liege.
Then we went to Liege.
See, I don't even think I remember Liege.
No, then we I would think we went into halftime for a second.
I'm sure we did. It was next door.
Because we pulled up to go back in. Or maybe we went to Liege first, and then, I mean, it's neither here nor there.
We had a night, man.
We did. We did.
That
was
epic,
a good
though.
Night, too.
That's when I had that video on Instagram.
With the all shoulders.
Yeah, man. Hey, shout out to Beejus for recruiting me, man. I'm about to be in this video, man. It's epic, man. It's epic, man. I'm telling you, man, y'all can't be scared to, showcase your talents, man. You never know who's watching.
We gotta bring that shit back, bro.
We never know who's watching. Just being free and not being on edge and just everybody being comfortable and enjoying it.
Right.
Like, what's the little festival they used to have in Oakland by the lake?
Festival at the lake.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the videos and the pictures from there, it was people dancing on top of cars.
Going crazy.
Having a great time.
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
I remember the last one. I don't know if it was the last one, but it was one of the later ones in the years. It was like not a riot broke out, but niggas, started doing dumb shit, hella fights and shit, and the news was on, and I remember hearing about it. Nigga, I'm watching the news. My daddy on the news. I'm like, I see hella people that was running around.
Pops over there. Pops over there.
Like, what you doing?
Hey. Name popped up and everything on the screen. Huh?
Damn.
Like, sheesh.
Okay, Pops. This was back in the day. This was probably like when I was still in elementary school. I don't remember when that festival stopped happening. But that was, Festival at the Lake.
That's when they had that song. How you like this town shit? How you like
that was way...
that was later.
That was after high school. That was hyphy movement.
Okay.
Festival at the Lake, nigga, was like 90, 95 and shit.
95,
yeah, it was those years.
Okay.
I'm for sure was still in middle school.
Yeah, you're
middle
right.
or elementary.
Right. You're right.
Yeah, How You Like That Town shit. That was hyphy movement days.
Yeah.
That's when they try to get everybody, all the turfs and shit came together.
Yeah. Soprani. Wow. Right. Yeah.
And then remember they had the remix and that nigga was yelling out hella other cities.
Come on, bro. Come Come on, bro.
They used to play it on the radio, nigga. They used to play it on the radio. He was saying all types of terms. But that's just because
that's what happens.
How you spread
Shit
it
gets
out.
You
right? You got to spread it out, bro. It's not even about it being recycled. It's just the commercialization of it. So your song it's originally you talking about your turfs here, but I'm pretty sure if that would have gotten bigger, and it probably has gone. That song has gone to other markets. You know, they would have been yelling out cities that's in Denver or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Or in Colorado or whatever. You know what I mean? So, what's up?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so it's just a commercialization and letting that shit build up.
Yes,
but
sir.
that shit was, there's a video of that nigga Dre. He's in the car and he's like rapping the shit, and you feel me? It goes to the verse. So he's rapping the verse, and then as the verse ends, nigga, the hook starts at Sabrani, Walnut, and then after Walnut, he goes into other cities. So Dre like, nigga, like Cheech and Chong, Sabrani, Walnut, Sacramento, and then he stops. It's like it's hella funny.
Huh?
You don't notice it coming, but when it switches up, and his face is so genuinely disgusted, nigga. That shit was hilarious.
He like, nah, this ain't the one.
Not at all. Shout out to Kick the Sneak though, bro.
Shout out to Keek, man.
I got so many good memories of life surrounding his music, bro. Like just back in the 3 Times Crazy days and shit. Like Real Talk 2000. That was a soundtrack to my like teenage years for sure. Like when we're sneaking out the house, I'll be sneaking out the house, get picked up by one of my partners who took his mom's car.
Took the mom's car. Put the car in neutral, right? Let it roll down.
Exactly. And like around that time, nigga, it was Real Talk 2000, and then Ludacris. Was it not Word of Mouth? I think. Well, it wasn't his first album. It was his second album. Those 2 fucking albums, bro, was like that soundtrack to not my childhood, but my teenage years, my rebellious years. Used to have hella fun.
At 400 degrees. 400 degrees. I think that was junior high.
Yeah, for sure. What year you graduated high school?
2004.
Okay, so you're the year after me. So yeah, definitely. Cause I think that I was like in 7th or 8th grade for sure when that came.
So it's crazy back then. You didn't even have to be like a gangster or anything to listen to that type of music. It was just like, that was what was hot. You know what I'm saying? Like Juvenile and them was hot. That's what they was doing. It don't matter if you was a square or whatever you want to call yourself, you know, that's what was in. So a lot of times you'll know the words and not even really know what they talking about. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
But that's how kids nowadays are. They just be singing shit. Nigga, sometimes I be singing shit and don't be realizing what I'm saying until I really be like, wait a minute, what the I'm talking about murdering a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
God
shit
damn.
Crazy, man.
Who's your favorite artist that you're listening to right now?
I listen to a lot of people. I listen to albums.
Mm-hmm. Anything new lately?
Can I say I like 2 Chainz?
Yeah, that shit been on rotation lately.
I like 2 Chainz. I like Offset. I like Lil Durk.
I ain't heard this shit. Offset, I read him through once and I didn't really keep my attention.
Touch you? Okay. Yeah, but I like a lot of people. I like All Black, you know what I'm saying?
Of course, yeah.
I listen to him a lot. Shit. Yeah, so it's a lot of artists that I listen to.
You know, Rich the Kid shit just dropped and I'm not like a huge fan of his, but I was having a day where I was just kind of bored and it came out. I was like, I'll give this shit a chance. That shit was
I heard he was talking on his. Yeah, I heard he was talking.
He got the same flow, but I don't get tired of it. Plus, his features and the beats on there, the beat selection on there is
going crazy.
Like I feel like most rappers and most niggas that's come out in the last 3 years, the producers have been the stars.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? They've been the ones that's really been holding the hip hop game on their back.
Yeah, because now you don't really got to say much. You don't have to if you're trying to make something nice. The less you talk is the better, kind of. Right. Especially if you got a nice beat. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, the beat selections.
It's all about what you're trying to do.
That's why producers have been kind of going as hard as they have been with trying to get their more recognition and getting paid, because it's like they have been the one carrying the rap game for many years now. You
definitely.
The beats have been outshining the artists tenfold.
But I be feeling like
try not to blow smoke into the camera because that shit looks horrible right now. Yeah, just blow that shit over it or under it. You good though? Yeah, just whoever's blowing it. You nigga. No, just
hey. Yeah, you
don't look that bad. It looks like the opening of How High.
Sheesh.
Which I love that movie, but you know that they're coming out with a sequel.
Is that right?
Yeah. I heard the same thing, but I'm not looking forward to it at all. But it's just like
something you got to watch, right?
That was one of those movies. They should have left it alone for sure. That How High though is one of my favorite movies. You feel me? Like it's not like a good movie per se. You feel me? Like if looking back, it's kind of like if that movie was to come out today, nobody would fuck with it.
Nobody would fuck with it.
But to me, it's still a classic.
Definitely.
Like, we know back when I was this young and dumb, had no responsibilities. All I was doing was smoking weed and like getting the tattoo on my shoulder. You're 17 years old. And
early.
Shit. That was right up my alley, nigga. I used to love that movie, nigga. Then I discovered one night. I watched it so much. I remember I was like up, nigga. It was like 4:00 in the morning. I'm just up in bed, nigga. You know, just on some dumb shit, smoking, watching How High. Like, I love this movie so much. I want to watch it again. I really did love that movie, bro. Hella much, nigga. I'm like, I'm damn near, I want to run it back. That's how much I love this movie. How much it like made me laugh.
Nigga, you wanted to memorize all the words and everything. Yeah,
nigga. I found the commentary. You know how DVDs got the commentary? So I'm like going through like looking for deleted scenes. That's how much I wanted to just keep watching this shit. I'm looking for the deleted scenes and shit, right? Then I come across the commentary. I'm like, oh, what's this? So, you know, you watch the movie, but it got Redman and Method Man doing the commentary. A completely different watch, nigga. So now you got them like going and talking about what's happening on certain scenes.
Yeah.
And you get a whole new look. So if anybody out there own the How High DVD, go back and watch it with the commentary playing. It makes the movie even better, bro.
Hilarious, huh?
Hella funny, nigga. Just to have it, and they sitting there smoking and shit. They basically doing a podcast.
Yeah.
But you listening to them while you watch the movie.
Okay.
Hella good, bro.
I'm trying to check that out. I don't know how I'm gonna get a hold of How I, but you know.
I might even have a DVD.
Okay.
And then I might have that shit. You can take that shit. Cause, I don't need it no more. Let me see what time is. You trying to go to 310?
Yeah, I want to check it out, man.
Drew Banger birthday party tonight.
Oh, okay. Happy birthday, Drew Banger.
He got. Is it? No, it's tonight because they do the taco thing. His birthday's tomorrow, so they bringing it in tomorrow.
Tonight is like Filipino food.
Right.
Shout out to Slim.
Yeah.
Shout out to Slim, man. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna pull up on them in a second.
Pull up on them, you know.
All right. Was there anything that you were thinking in your mind, like as you were coming over here? Like I want to make sure I talk about this.
It will more so just be, you know, coming together, being able to talk to each other. Communication is key. I just think that that's what everybody got to be on. It's okay to agree to disagree, you know. And I just feel like, you know, more people need to, you know, let what's inside, let it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, express themselves. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of shit going on. You know, people out here wilding out, catting off when, like, we can all help each other. You know, we don't gotta like, I don't know, but I think it's hard for a lot of people to open up because of the judgment. It goes back to the judgment that I was talking about. So they'll mask it. And, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, everything is not for everybody. Like my mom always told me, keep some things for yourself. You can't just let everybody know everything. But if you feel like you got some people that you can trust, you should be able to confide in them. And without judgment. And, you know, if they are judging you, you should be able to express to them that that's not what you like. And they should be able to try to adjust to that. You know what I'm saying? A real friend is going to try to adjust to that. They're not just going to be like, well, you shouldn't be taking it like that. They're not going to say that. They're going to really be like, okay, this is what type of person he is. So if I really want to fuck with him, then I'm going to, you know what I'm saying, I'm not going to change me, but with him, I'm going to treat him a little differently. It's like in sports when they say know your personnel. If I'm the point guard and I get the ball, I'm not just going to throw it up to a center running the court. I'm not going to throw it up to the center. I'm going to dribble it down. I'm going to wait for the power forward that's trailing, and I'm gonna dish it to him and let him fill in, and easy layups. You got to know your personnel. You're not gonna give it to Patrick Ewing or at the 3-point line or Shaquille O'Neal at the 3-point line. You know his personnel. He's not a 3-point shooter.
Right.
So even if this person is sensitive and that's your partner, you know he's sensitive. If this nigga's hard, just let people be who they are and try to adjust to them. Right, to what works. Yeah. But if it's too much for you, don't fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? Don't fuck with it. You know, you got yourself at the end of the day. You feel me?
Right.
But that's just some stuff that I try to do, with people. Like I love people. I love talking to people and interacting with them, engaging with them. And, that's what I like. So I'm always trying to but sometimes people just going through shit. You know what I'm saying? People just be going through shit. So, sometimes you gotta let people just go through shit. You can't always be the one. You may be stepping on them too hard. They just want you to chill.
They might be doing more harm than good.
Yeah. So, it's like a psychology game that,
definitely.
I haven't perfected, but I would like to at one day know how to, shit. At the end of the day, I want the world to love me.
Right.
That's how I feel. I'm not one of those people that are like, fuck everybody. Ain't nobody gotta like me. I'm not one of those people. I want everybody to love me. So if I got a problem with you, then let's talk about it, or you know what I'm saying? Let's make everything work. Let's be here for the time. You know what I'm saying? Let's put it together.
I feel it. I'm gonna piggyback off that and just say that I feel like people need to stop judging each other. Mm-hmm. You feel me? I know it's a hard thing to do, but stop letting your insecurities dictate how you feel about somebody else or how your opinion on somebody else. You feel me? I think that could be a worldwide thing. Like we should just stop judging.
Worldwide. That'd be tight. That'd be tight.
You feel me? Let other niggas live. Like let me live.
More niggas would be dancing in the street. Just you feel me? Just
bruh, like if you they be
like, you ain't got no music on. He like, it's in my head. You feel me? Feeling this up.
Damn. And that comes from a nigga that be in his head a lot. I hate getting judged.
I'll be in my head.
That's always been my thing. Like I hate being judged in a bad way. That's always been something that's always held me back. That I get caught up on that. You feel me? Look, thinking about what niggas think about me. Better at it, of course, as I get older. But I think everybody should just stop fucking judging each other. You bitch ass nigga. I'm gonna get that on a t-shirt. Stop judging me, you bitch ass nigga.
You little bitch. You little
Take
bitch.
my idea, I'm gonna beat your ass. That's gonna be that's gonna be some of my merch from this round of merch coming up. Stop judging me, you bitch ass nigga.
Hello, you
Straight
hear him?
like that.
That's my boy. You hear him?
For real, I'm serious.
He means that.
That's gonna be some of my merch. I'll take my shit, nigga. All right, you wanna plug any social networks, anything? You don't have to if you want to. If you don't want to, or just plug whatever. Anything. It's your time to shine, big dog. The world
all black day party, April 14th.
I thought you was gonna start promoting all black.
Oh nah.
You said anything, nigga.
Hey, I'm gonna get to it. All black day party, April 14th. You feel me? You can get all the information on my social on Instagram. Tariq Ikharo, TariqIkharo.
Spell it one more time.
TariqIkharo.
For sure.
Yeah, I got the flyer on there. I got the tickets you could purchase. I'm doing this event with Marshawn Lynch. So
Flavours.
Flavours, Marshawn Lynch. We got DJ Sharp. We got the boy Dame.
Flavours.
We got an awesome lineup.
It's about to be lit.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Where's it gonna be?
The information is on the flyer. Okay. So, the information is on the flyer. You know what I'm saying?
It's not a secret, right? It's not a secret.
It's not a secret, but we don't want things to get out of hand. We want to have
people that follow this. That's the one that's going to be.
Yeah, we want it to be beautiful.
It's only beautiful people.
Okay,
that's going to watch.
I apologize. But if
Flavours.
It's not hard to find, Flavours. Got some merch coming out. Supposed to come out at the end of this month, but if not, I'm just going to say I'll get it to you as soon as I can. Mm-hmm. I don't want to put a date on things anymore because I realized shit just changed all the time. So it's not just me doing everything. So, You know, the planning, the timing, everything has to be on point with everything. So
all the P's and Q's.
And all
of
that dotted, cross that bitch.
Right.
All of that shit. And that's about it, man. Oh, hashtag Feed Oakland. Community service work that I love doing. I've been doing it before Instagram. It's been going on for about probably I don't know, a long time now. But hashtag Feed Oakland, we typically try to do it. We started off doing it one Sunday a month. And, you know, a lot of people have gotten busy. So, we do it when we can. But we go out there, we make bag lunches, and then we distribute these bag lunches to, those in need all throughout the community. And we spend a couple hours doing that and just doing what we can. You know what I'm saying? That shit is so refreshing. Like, I bet, man. It is so refreshing. It's not for any type of accolades or nothing. It's just to do it. It's just to do it. So it's real natural. It's just, you could come through. Can't put a date on the next one, but I'll let you know. Like I said, follow my Instagram and, all of the information is on there.
Flavours. Thanks, big dog. I appreciate you, man. Anytime it's open door policy for these podcasts, and I can record them at any time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I don't have to have no schedule.
Yes, sir.
Anytime you want to come back and talk some shit, just let me know.
It's all good.
And everybody out there, thank you so much. Stop judging me, you bitch ass nigga.
You little bitch.